Kemi Badenoch's made a lot of big headlines in the last sort of 48, 72 hours or so. Peter, there's the maternity pay stuff, which is trying to sort of clarify the thing about not all cultures are equally valid, but I think that's probably a statement of fact the more you analyse it. And of course, she's talked about Israel, and she's dipped her toe into that one as well by saying too many immigrants hate Israel. Arguably, that's the most controversial of what she said, the one that's got the least headlines, interestingly.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of people who come to the UK who, for lots of reasons, hate Israel. There are many people who go on protests who hate Israel, for example. Some of them are immigrants, some of them are people who were born here. But yes, I think in terms of what she's saying about maternity pay, that has been very, very difficult for her. Certainly she clarified a remark and she said she was quoted out of context. Although Kemi Badenoch does seem to be someone who's quoted out of context an awful lot, according to her. Certainly in terms of the cultures point, as you say, I mean, there are, factually, I would argue, some cultures that are better than others. You know, in the Western culture in Britain, we don't rape children. We don't, as a rule, we don't have child marriage. We don't have, we don't throw gay people off buildings. We aren't a racist country in general. So yes, there are ways in which we are better than other cultures, definitely. So, and Kemi Badenoch actually said on the BBC yesterday that she didn't find that a particularly controversial statement. But certainly her Israel comments are a bit controversial, and I would say the maternity comments, as she would put it, quoted out of context, have been controversial. She's certainly a person that has been spoken of as much, but I think the pressure is probably on to be very supportive of Israel, actually, especially because Robert Jenrick turned up to an event last night wearing a top, a sort of hoodie top with the phrase Hamas are terrorists on it, and he has been absolutely unequivocal in his support for Israel, especially in regard to what's happening in Gaza and what Hamas terrorists are doing there.